Ruthie, Jim, welcome home. It's late in the day, doing the shout out, talking about 25-foot safari, anniversary edition. Doesn't get any better than this. We haven't had a chance to spit, shine, or do all the fun stuff yet, but let's take a quick walk around, learn a little bit about the 25, and then listen, then we'll go camping. How's that sound? So, 25-foot safari, start right away. This is all, if you will, the jewelry. But this is, you have Lexan wraps. So what this does is allows you to create an awning. But behind that beautiful awning, you've got a 3-position jalousie type window, which is going to allow tens of thousands of cubic feet of air in, which also looks cool. You've got brushed aluminum bottle containers, so that is hiding twin 30-pound propane tanks. You got more propane than you know what to do with. You've got an electronic jack system, so that allows you to do all your fun leveling, but also at the same time, the ease of operation when you're putting on the hitch system, which is a Blue Ox hitch system, which, by the way, is included in all of the fun stuff. You have a dual deep cell battery box here with 2 interstate batteries. Along with that, you have a quick disconnect propane port. Allows you to do some of the fun stuff. As we glance down the side of this trailer, a couple of things that present. First of all, everything is buck riveted. We love the buck rivets. But if you look, you're going to see that I have the light pouring in from my VistaView window. I have my Radius tempered glass Airstream windows, which, by the way, are 3-position. It's really kind of cool because that is what Airstream's all about. Let's face it, is letting the light in. This is a special edition Safari LS. What this goes to is resale. Aha! Because you're going to have this thing for 5 years. You're going to want to trade it in and get a bigger one. That's part of the fun. We have the ball jack leveling system. So we have the stabilizers from ball jack. You also have an undermount. You have an undermount sewer port here. So that allows me to store my sewer hose undermount. We have tricked out aluminum forged wheels. These are Hercules tires. These are, I think they put some new rubber on this, which is absolutely beautiful. The other thing we have is we've got, of course, our freshwater hookup, but what that allows me to do is to plug in my water resource with an internal regulator. I do not need an external regulator. Also the plus, here's the plus. This has a black water flush system. That allows me to blow out my entire black water tank. That's more of the clean hands thing. It really goes to how this thing is built, how this thing is, I guess, put on the planet. Also, this is just part of me. This is the cool factor. You've got Porthole Windows. Rolling down the road, this is like, if you will, the signature for my Airstream. Behind us here, we're not going to run back there, but because we're kind of tight here, you've got a trunk. I love the trunk. Why do I love the trunk? Because that's where I'm going to store all my stuff, all my extension cords, all my blocks, possibly my helps with the leveler system. I like to put my sewer hose back there because I know I can store it under here, but I don't like to bend over. So anyway, once again, the classic look of a 25-foot Safari. Come on around. Just a quick shout out. You've got 25 feet of zip-D awning. The great thing about this uses the same graphite fabric, which is Sunbrella fabric, which is being used today. Fast forward to 2016, we're utilizing the same fabric. So I think, Ruthie, you talked about maybe at some point adding window awning wraps. Very cool. Let's do that because, and you know, the great thing also, some of the fun stuff. You've got the screen door, which has the people protector and the kid and the dog protector. When an Airstream door shuts, it shuts. And then, of course, you've got the light that pours in, along with the Radius Airstream door. You know, it takes Airstream about 8 hours to manufacture just a door. You've got the dual step up into what is a beautiful deck. Anyway, welcome home. Come on in. Okay guys, welcome home. I'm standing in the lap of luxury, entree into the 25-foot Safari. What catches your eye? First of all, you got the beautiful, if you will, tone-on-tone wood. Everything is radius, so all of this fun cabinetry is all done here. It's actually done in oak. You've got halogen lighting above. You've got the radius windows here, radius windows here. I have skylight pouring light in. I've got, of course, that opportunity where I've got the storage armed pull-out sofa. This is going to be cool because this is where we, I don't know, we're going to throw grandma, we're going to throw the grandkids here. Along with that, though, you have the dual dinette. You've got a drop-down graphite surface, drops into place. You also, what we have here is a double sleeper, but that allows us to have dedicated dining area, dedicated sleeping area. And once again, when you look at the panoramics, what this is all about, this is about light pouring in. I've got light pouring in everywhere. Now, I don't have the battery hooked up now, so I can't turn on all this beautiful overheads. But once again, from a stand, by the way, I've got not only the dinette, but I've got the drop up. So this is a dual, this table folds out dual, and what that's going to be when you're hanging out at the, campsite. That's going to be where I'm going to be doing my computer workstation. I'm going to have, if I'm sitting here and I've got the TV on, I'm certainly going to have the opportunity here to have a little workstation. So once again, you've got a drop down, a dual dinette here. And then as we move into the galley, you've got overhead radius cabinetry. You've got a dual stainless steel deep well sink. I love the dual stainless sink. My phone is barking. Somewhere I got a phone here and I'm barking. Sorry guys. Now you've got the big range top. So I've got the triple range. I've got the oven. I've got the big Dometic. So I've got everything here at and I've got a ton of work surface. Someone has added the overhead. This is a European fan, so they've done a little bit of an upgrade. My heating element, my heating control for my Suburban is right here. Overhead, brand new AC unit. So along with some of the pluses that have been added, I've got new AC. Then we've got the big Dometic. The big Dometic, what this means is almost, what, 7 point whatever cubic feet of refrigerator freezer. This, by the way, is a smart refrigerator. What's up with that? Well, it's got a brain. What that means is it gives me the opportunity to set it and forget it. If I'm plugged in, by the time I unplug and I'm rolling down the road, it will automatically switch over to propane. So once again, very cool. Then we get back into the guts here. We've got the big wardrobe on one side. On the other side, look at this. Pantry space with pull-outs. And then we've got additional wardrobe space. So even more so than what's done in the new 25s, I've got wardrobe space galore. The ability to shut off my back master bed. This is that queen, radius queen in back with light that's pouring in from both sides. I've got overhead halogen lighting. I've got additional 12-volt outlets back here. And then I have my great little vanity. So I've got my deep well stainless steel sink here. And that leads us into the lavatory. The lavatory with a, it's got a pedestal toilet along with what's called a dry wick shower door. Every time you close that door, it automatically wicks the moisture away from the. So once again, what are we looking at here? We're looking at the 25-foot Safari Anniversary Edition. Ruthie, Jim, welcome home.